What up, everyone? I'm Rich Mays Lopez.
And I'm Brendan Dunn.
I'm Matt Welty from Complex Sneakers.
And this, of course, is Full Size Run, your weekly dose of everything sneaker related. As you can see, Matt Welty is back in the building.
Yeah,
I think people actually missed you.
Yeah,
So.
it got a little crazy heated on here last.
It got a little heated.
We've got to address the beef.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's not beef. What's beef?
Oh yeah, we pulled up all the receipts.
It was trash at that time.
That's one.
You guys have came up. They don't get to see this right now, but this is a come up.
Could have used your help.
Matt, I missed that, but I was at Liverpool at Laces Out Sneaker Festival out there. But the coolest thing is shout out to all the FSR fans.
FS Army in the building.
They were actually there, so it was IRL.
And were they fans of you in particular, or just
it was all mixed.
I don't know if I believe.
I found there was actually British kids who wore Supreme and looked up to Rich in a weird way. I don't know what that was about.
That does sound
Do
weird.
not be like me, kids. We have a legend in the building.
All right, let's not get carried away.
In my personal opinion, a person who has opened a lot of doors in the sneaker world for us today. I see what you did there. I'm happy to have you back. A lot of doors in the sneaker/content world for us to even get to have a show like this, and that is Mr. Russ Bengtson.
What's up?
Thank you for joining us today.
What's going on? I'm happy to be on this opulent set.
Is it opulent?
I mean, compared to what we started with, Quick Strike set, filming in Mark
FSR
Echo's
guest
office.
as well?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You were an early episode of FSR.
Way back. Yeah.
An early supporter.
Where we're not so opulent.
Yeah.
Correct.
No,
this is very nice.
Russ, we have you on. Big announcement I want to talk to you about. You know, it's kind of a sad moment, I think, for all of us. You're leaving Complex this week, is that right?
Friday is officially my last day.
And this is after how many long years of service?
7.
7. Wow, I didn't even know that.
It's been a long time.
How do you
A
feel?
long time. Mixed feelings.
Yeah.
You know, like it'll be interesting. The world has changed.
Yeah.
You can call the 1-900 number right here to get my resume.
What's the LinkedIn?
Or LinkedIn. Yeah. I was gonna say that too.
Just send you a DM on Twitter.
How strange is it going to be to not see me on a daily basis?
Strange
figure
or
out
pleasant?
Where this ranks. I basically don't see you on a daily basis anyway, since we're on different floors and you're, trapped in a world of your own making.
You wanted to be too cool
As
and
it
work
were.
for Snapchat, and
I'll unfollow you immediately, so I won't feel obligated to.
you have a Twitter.
That's foul.
Let's discuss Quick Strike, a show you had a while back. How much do you miss doing the Quick Strike stuff on a day?
I miss doing it. That was not only the easiest way to kind of keep on top of what was going on. I feel like sneaker Twitter and whatever else, and you guys obviously, and everything is filled in whatever.
Are you saying we ripped you off?
No. I would
Be
never
candid,
say
Russ.
that.
Be candid.
It's an homage.
Okay.
Is
I'll
this a
accept
Quick
that.
Strike tribute band or?
But I'm kind of scared.
Like a cover band.
Yeah.
You are passing the torch to us. Is that?
Well, look, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to be doing, so I'm not saying I won't be doing a sneaker video. So maybe someone will have to be your competition
There
someday.
might be a hyper strike coming soon.
Especially given that it's Stair Max Day and I got 2 of y'all wearing Adidas out here.
You know what? If I want to be in a Nike ad, they're going to pay me.
Dude, you're a
It's not an
duck.
ad.
What are you talking about?
I do miss working with Clark. Like Clark is always, a great foil to bounce stuff off of. Even though he's from the city, I'm from the burbs, like we're separated a little bit in age. Like we do come at some things from a similar perspective. We have a lot of
You're both
collective sneaker history. We are both very old. I'm very old. Clark is classic. So
I use that one. That was good.
classic?
Yeah, I like
Classic's good. Yeah. I'm sure you would miss this if this were to somehow go away.
Heaven forbid, I would have no reason to get up in the morning. I also want to talk to you about something very important. This photo.
It was a Slam cover shoot. I forget the number of the issue. Kobe Bryant. We were going to have him wearing a snake around his neck, the black mamba thing.
Subtle.
They had a black, I forget, it was a king snake. It was something non-venomous that looked mamba-ish. But I was doing the story. I was there early enough. I got to be the test mule.
There's actually a face underneath the
they're
beard.
pretty
That's like
psyched.
the most important.
Yeah, I mean, there's something under here. That hasn't popped out in a while, but the snakes and me are still tight. I still talk to him every once in a while.
That's some real Harry Potter shit. I know we're going to miss your curmudgeonly attitude, around the office. I feel like you'll still spend some time on Twitter, so we'll see you there. But
Yeah, the curmudgeonly attitude will still be out in the world.
And you'll
not-
definitely still be taking shots at Soul Collector.
yeah, we
Possibly. I don't
have
know if
one right here.
I don't know. I don't know if I
umbrage
take.
with our vocabulary.
Okay, you're right. I mean, look, I take shots at everyone, and every once in a while I have to send people DMs to be like, look, I don't hate you. Basically,
never got one of those,
Shout out
Russ.
to Jake Wolf. I don't go after you quite as hard.
Oh,
What was the real beef with
So-
the using the word important?
I think important is a stupid word to use for any sneaker. I don't think it's important, especially not now. Maybe it was important to keep Michael Jordan with the company back in 1988. As far as today, that shoe isn't important. It doesn't matter.
The Air
It's a
Jordan
shoe.
3s had you upset too.
I don't think I really got upset about it. The image was reversed. That was a little absurd. You don't have to have the Air Jordan 3. I don't know how many Air Jordan 3s I have. It's not many.
Not as many as this guy.
Well, nowhere near as many as this guy. I mean, I still have my 94 pair, but like I wore those probably every day.
When did that
For a
change?
while.
When you had to have a pair of sneakers, not for you personally, culturally speaking, because there was a point in the culture where you kind of had to have
There was a time, I think, and I think it changes for everyone.
Sure.
But I think now it's different just because like you look at how everything gets re-retroed and how much is already out there. And you get to a point where, I mean, I think some of us who have like hundreds of pairs of sneakers in the same room they sleep in, you eventually like, where are you going to put this, or what are you going to do with it? It's like if I bought a pair.
I'm not prepared to face that challenge. Just
But I mean, if I bought a pair of black cement 3s, like I'm not going to want to wear them right away because everyone's wearing them.
yeah, so you are mad. The other thing I want to talk about that you're always mad about is sneaker personalities. How do you feel about rich young teens with
You're just trying to get me mad.
How do you feel about money kicks? How do you feel about these young rich kids on Instagram flexing and like gaining followers, becoming more legitimate, quote unquote legitimate sneakerheads because of their money?
Calling them legitimate sneakerheads is a big leap. I mean, I don't look at them as that. When I was a kid, if I had that kind of money, I would have spent it all on shoes. It would have been different. I wouldn't have had a Yeezy wrapped Escalade.
You would have had a BMX bike?
Partially because Escalades didn't exist. But whatever, it's different. It's kind of like mumble rap, where it's just like, if you don't like it, cool, but obviously, whatever, these kids are getting something out of it. But I live kind of near where Round 2 is, and I look at the lines out there, and it's a lot of kids
What's
that
Round 2?
age.
Wait, who runs that store?
I forget. People might have issues with Round 2.
Sean,
The
come on the
resale
show, right?
shop.
Talking about OG sneaker stuff, you started Kicks with Slam. This was the first sneaker sort of like dedicated magazine, right?
Yeah.
How much have things changed from then to sneaker media nowadays?
Other than that, you're older.
I mean, that's the main thing. No, I mean, it's a billion times different. I mean, back then you had to seek out things just to find something, and now you have to dig through all this stuff just to find something that's good. I mean, that's kind of the big difference.
But that would
you guys do a pretty good
that
job.
would make you in turn, in a weird way,
Guys,
almost like
doesn't work for Soul Collector anymore.
I was talking about Snapchat.
that would make you in turn
love
almost one of the first sneaker media like quote unquote influencers in a way, right? Viewed by brands.
I mean, to a degree, yeah. I mean, the first pair of sneakers I ever got seated was a pair of the
Original
black
Chuck
and
Taylors.
from Chuck Taylor himself.
Charles Taylor himself.
No. I think the first pair I officially got seated and didn't liberate was the black and gold original Reebok Question.
I want to ask you something, Russ. What role did Nike Talk have in modern day sneaker culture? Because you're a Nike Talk OG. Have you ever told anyone your handle on Nike Talk?
Well, I was just Slam Ed.
Okay.
I mean, it was a super simple one. I think it's actually still active.
Yeah.
Or
Like I'm one of
Slamed.
those people, or Slamed. I think if you look to almost any subculture, like they probably got their start on message boards.
Yep.
Eventually, I think those subgroups broke out and did their own sites.
Yep.
Or realized like, hey, why am I coming here to give away this information when I can start my own site and maybe sell ads against it or whatever else? I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, that was kind of the birthplace of, I guess, the sneaker internet.
Kicks was very rooted in basketball being part of the Slam network. We talk a lot about how the paradigm has shifted today from basketball to influencers, people who aren't
Or just lifestyle in
aren't
general.
aren't playing a sport at all.
I think it's something that was going to happen. I think this is like sort of an evolutionary thing where it's like the first issue of Kicks was in partnership with Nike. Like it was all Nike. We got full access. So we're telling all these stories that really hadn't necessarily been told before. You know, it's like you'd seen the Spike and Mike commercials, you'd seen the Little Penny commercials, but to bring it all together in one place and talk to the people who created it, like that stuff wasn't super general knowledge then. And I feel like that athlete-designer relationship, it hasn't really changed that much in 30 years. How many times do I really want to hear a story about the designer going to the athlete's house, looking through his closet, looking at his car, you know, like
going on a shopping trip,
talking to him about like what's important in his life. We know all of that. We just don't know the details.
Right.
I don't want to see what LeBron's wearing in the game. I want to see what he wears to the game.
Right.
Because that's like a decision. That's like, oh, I want this. That's not like, oh, these are going to be the 15 colorways of this shoe that's already scripted out.
So what do you think then
starts.
about someone like Don C getting his own signature sneaker with Jordan?
I love Don C.
Come on the show, Don.
He's a Chicago guy.
Yep.
I thought the twos were great.
Yep.
Partially because he addressed like kind of what the two stood for.
And you're a big Jordan.
And I love
That's,
the
yeah, your
two,
favorite, yeah.
and not a lot of people do. On that side, I get it. Is it a shoe I'd ever be interested in? No, not really. My interest in Jordan kind of starts and ends with the classic stuff. I mean, that's a problem I've had with Jordan before, where it's like, you're your own brand, but you're still clearly a division of Nike, so you're not really bringing anything new technologically to the table. Like trying to sell me an Air Jordan that's Flyknit, like what? How many years after Flyknit originally got introduced?
Yeah.
A lot. Like, that's just not pushing it forward.
Yep.
It's pushing Air Jordan forward. It's not pushing like sneakers forward, which is what you want out of a Jordan.
You mentioned earlier the snake story that you had with Kobe. Now I know you and Kobe have a lot of bangers in the past. What would you say is one thing that people might not know about Kobe? Because I feel like he's a little bit misunderstood.
He might be a little misunderstood. I mean, I feel like Kobe just has kind of tunnel vision, which helps and hurts him in a lot of ways. You know, it's like when he was playing, he just thought about basketball.
Yeah.
You know, obviously dude has an Oscar now, you know, he was like thinking about telling that story and about storytelling, and I'm curious where that's gonna go. His obsession just carries over into this stuff, and I think that's why he still has a shoe, because he's just obsessed with every last little touch. You know, when they did the low top, like he's calling Eric Avar all the time just to get it lower and get it lighter and get like trim off this little tiny piece, and it's just like he's caught up in stuff that no one would notice, but he notices it.
Yeah. I'm gonna take it to the complete other direction.
Please do.
Best Allen Iverson story all time that you have.
One of my favorite was like before, I don't know if I even did the story on him. This was one time in the Slam days, going into the locker room to give him an issue like that he was on the cover of, and he just gives me this big hug in the locker room, and it's just like, damn dude, like you're still really excited about this.
Did he tickle you in an elevator?
There was no tickling involved.
All right, this is no fun, Russ. I want to get you mad again. How do you feel about the flow of free product to people in the industry? Are we at an all-time high? Should people stop sending other people?
Can we get much higher?
Is it okay that I'm still getting free sneakers? You wrote this piece, why brands should stop giving influencers free sneakers.
I did. You know,
Did you believe this?
With that specific, yes.
Yeah, okay.
But if brands
people
shut
wanted
you
to-
off, would you be pissed yourself?
I mean, if they just cut me off, I'd be a little mad. If they cut everybody
That's what
off,
we
I'm
want.
cool with it.
That's what it is.
And in fact, like we said, like Friday's my last day here. I'm going to email a bunch of you people out there who are watching this. Maybe I'll give you a different address, but feel free to not send me stuff for at least a while.
Feel free to
I
send
don't have
those
that much
things to
room.
me
Keep sending me
because Russ
stuff.
No,
and
don't send
I
anything
are
to
the
these
same
people.
Sending me
size.
stuff.
Anyway,
So send all Russ Bengtson's package.
look,
all I have.
to me, like,
All I have
and
is-
we all follow a bunch of people on Instagram. Maybe you don't, since you're not even on Twitter, but you know, maybe your Instagram follows a little bit better. You know, we see what people post, and there's a lot of people who post stuff they get for free, obviously. I mean,
Right.
I post stuff I get for free sometimes.
Yeah.
But there is a weird sense of obligation sometimes when you get something like, oh, okay, I need to like show this or like, you know, acknowledge this. But, you know, in a lot of cases, I'd rather just email someone and say thanks. Like,
But if you
it's
don't
something
fuck with
I'm
it
not
like
gonna wear.
in any shape or form, like what's the point of, you know what I mean, putting it out there? Like if you don't fuck with it and you put it on your social media.
What are you accusing Russ of?
No, I'm just
No.
saying in general. I'm just saying in general.
He's
Like
right
if
here.
you
You can
don't,
just say it to
if
him.
you see those people that like, thanks Adidas for the D-Rup, which for the fact, let's all say sucks. You know what I mean? Like
Did you get a pair?
I haven't got a pair of Adidas sock sneakers ever since I told them I fucking hate them. Fuck sock sneakers. So, but
It's working.
Yeah, but I don't care. But it's like, that's what I'm saying, where it's like, if you don't fuck with something, it just makes you look like you do, like you're saying, like you don't have an opinion in sneakers.
But not only that, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you like something enough to post it, you're gonna try and buy it then too. So why do you need to get it for free? Like the Sean Wotherspoon 97 Air Max 97.1, shut up, drop.
It's a safe word.
And you've had a billion people, or not a billion, but a fair
feels like
number
a
of
billion.
people Instagramming it in the week prior. So you have
I
all
have
these
seen
people
that shoe
Instagramming
so
it.
fucking
I know.
much, man.
So you have all these people Instagramming it who have a plug, who got hooked up with it. And then today it drops, and all I'm seeing is like error messages or you didn't get this or whatever. So literally all you're doing is making your consumers mad. But
So you're mad?
I think seeding, no, I did not really want that shoe. But seeding in part, I think just, I don't know. I think it can be counterproductive.
I also feel like a
Let's put it
lot of
that
people
way.
went after that shoe don't even fuck with Air Max on a regular basis. So
There's a lot of fake things going on here.
To be fair, that's an interesting shoe. I hated it when I first saw it, not gonna lie. That shoe's grown on me. If I had it, I would wear it.
Go ahead.
Would
show
I
the camera.
enter?
Show the camera.
If I had the Sean Wotherspoon Air Max 97.1, I would wear it.
Until
resell
Russ
it?
a
You
little
wouldn't resell
bit.
it?
No, I wouldn't resell it. I
Would
would
you go to
actually
round
wear
two
that
and just
shoe.
drop it off?
Well, they did have some pairs.
They have had
how
pairs.
fucked
They have
up is
had
that
pairs.
he's
No, I'm
reselling
not.
his own
No,
sneakers?
I'm not going to say anything else on this.
Well,
How fucked up is it? Be honest.
I think I tweeted something about it being sneaker inception.
He
Something
was
later.
reselling sizes. He put them on his Instagram account for sizes that hadn't
have
even
no
come
comment.
out yet.
On his own personal?
No,
have
on the
no
on the
comment.
on the round two or whatever,
okay,
and
okay.
I'd love to have Sean in the show. I have no comment.
and he deleted the post for the record after people
think
called him
it's
out
too
saying that
late.
size didn't even drop yet.
Very interesting.
late?
I don't follow Sean
I
Wotherspoon.
appreciate your
Russ, in your
stoicism,
opinion,
though.
best and worst sneaker blogs right now?
Wait.
I don't know. I don't really follow along that much. Like, honestly, my sneaker news comes from my Twitter feed. I wish there wasn't this massive rush just for like however many outlets just to tell the same story.
Right.
Yeah,
In the same
just
way.
let Complex and Soul Collector do it.
That's it.
I'm not saying anyone should stop. Just find new approaches.
No, they
to
should
should
doing
stop.
it.
They should stop.
Okay, fine.
We want to talk about the best and worst. I'm nominating a best thing I saw in sneakers this week. This new Kobe shoe. This is not really a typical choice for me, but I love this shoe. Am I crazy? I
You're
think this
crazy.
looks really clean.
You're crazy.
It kind of looks
but-
like a turf shoe, doesn't it?
A little bit.
I do like the fact that this has that 360 wrap, apparently, of the knit. My only issue with this shoe is it reminds me too much of the 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, it's a
whatever.
little
Yeah.
like more iterative than it is revolutionary, but I'm not sure I mind that.
The crazy thing is I had an email talk supposedly with Kobe recently through Nike, and one of the things he had said that now that he's retired, he has more time to do this than he did while he was playing. Which
Then
I think
maybe
is,
this shoe should have actually been designed instead of just being a 10 again.
So Russ doesn't like the shoe.
I mean, it's fine. I'd like to try it out. Kobe's doing a lot with Nike, I guess, right
Yeah.
now.
Kobe's a fucking man. Every week, Russ, we look at what's dropping, and we decide to cop something or drop something. As you well know, Russ, I'm retired from the sneaker game.
I've heard
Wait,
this
wait,
story, and this
wait a
is a
minute.
complete
there are
lie.
rumors out there that you were saying that Air
Rumors.
Max today doesn't count.
I think you made some efforts.
Listen, I was in it for the sport.
Did you enter a raffle?
No.
I'm sure you did.
Oh no, I did not.
I'm sure you entered a drawing on
I
Nike
did enter
sneakers.
two. I did enter two drawings.
And if you
but
got accepted,
for
what
the
would you have
sport,
done?
I would have
I'm
gladly given
glad
my
you
sneakers up to
listened.
someone who is not
Okay,
retired.
okay.
Anyway, so instead of copying sneakers, Russ,
Yes.
I'm going to cop a new printer.
Ah.
I need something
Just
new
use
for
the
crib.
office one for
He
free.
keeps asking me to fucking print for
you're
him,
trying to
man.
right.
You need to buy the fucking
You're-
printer
you're
so I can
trying
do
to
something
catch
better
me-
with my time.
Trying to give me
We've
catch me
entered
charge.
a,
Well, that's what happens
we've
when you
definitely
work from
entered
home all the
new
time. You
phases of
actually need your
video
own
with
printer.
A huge image of a printer up behind us. This is like some next level
But
shit.
you know what? When you stop purchasing sneakers, you have not an abundance, but you have money that you didn't even know you had before.
You have additional money to
Right.
spend on other things.
And since I stopped buying sneakers, I bought myself a 55-inch screen TV.
How much are they paying you, dog?
Very nice.
I noticed I just spent that much money on sneakers, and now I need a printer, so that's what I'm copying. No sneakers.
You're not going to get a 3D printer so you can
Make sneakers with it. Now you're fucking
skip the whole retired.
Brendan, what are you copying?
Actually, Welty, do you have?
Yeah.
you
you
coming
wanna
to
talk
me?
your
I got a
first?
cop of the weekly something I'm
I
going to
forgot
try to
it's on
cop.
the
Oh, wow, thanks. just show up once. You thought Gerald's, leave one.
Oh,
Gerald's
it's
That's
here.
Gerald who's in
Holy.
Germany.
You're going to
Yeah.
go
Speaking
rob
of it-
Jesse Owens' house?
Yeah, no, gonna go for this. Gonna try to get this size exclusive Adidas Berlin.
Basically,
How many-
anytime,
how many
anytime,
pairs of
no,
shoes do you have that
anytime-
look exactly
yeah,
like
all they
this?
have to do to get Welty's money is print the name of a city on the side of a shoe with 3 stripes, and
Copped.
he's in.
Copped. The shoes drop at 3 o'clock in the morning on Friday, so I may not cop them, but
I have a feeling you'll be up
Yeah.
at that time.
Why is Berlin backwards?
the story?
in the 1970s, they actually made pairs that were factory mistakes that had the name flipped upside down. So they resurrected the archival pairs and brought that to the new retro.
Doing mistakes on purpose does not sound very German, but sure.
My pick of the week, I am dropping the new Off-White Vapor Max. I don't think these are that bad. I just don't think there's anything exciting about it this time around. I think Nike had to make more of an effort to try and sustain the cool factor around Virgil's stuff, and it's not done a great job.
And being at Louis Vuitton,
I was going to say, I mean, I believe Virgil has more important things to worry about than a new Vapor Max.
Sure, but Nike should do something.
do you believe in Virgil Abloh more than you do Sean Witherspoon?
Yes. Next question, please.
But I feel like, I mean,
With all due respect to Sean.
and maybe it's wrong, but I feel like every brand now has reached the point where it's like when they do something interesting, they then proceed to ride it into the ground.
Yeah, we'll see how they do. Every week, we do like to dip into our mailbag and take some user-submitted questions we've been checking out. It says, I have a question. What is the relationship between Skechers and the dad shoe chunky heel trend? Skechers half bitten and befouled the Yeezy silhouette with whatever shoe that is. Basically saying, is Skechers somehow responsible for the dad shoe, chunky shoe wave? I'm always inclined to say no.
No, I'm not giving Skechers any credit.
Yeah, I feel
In my personal opinion.
Not that they don't deserve credit for some things, but definitely not for the dad shoe trend. That was a 90s thing that Nike did and Reebok did and Adidas did better.
Yeah, and
I
whatever
feel like-
Skechers does design-wise, I just assume it has no intention.
Yeah,
and design,
right.
obviously, to Virgil Abloh, that word. Do they really design anything, or do they just take things from other?
In my opinion,
Right.
They
we
don't.
have a certain legal.
put the
issue here with
disclaimer
it.
up.
Yeah. So we just. I
hear you. But I feel like even like the Monarch, you know, it's like that was a sneaker.
Jason made 'em.
It was a sneaker for people who needed sneakers but didn't care about sneakers.
Yeah.
And
Old
that's kind
people.
of what Skechers are. Like the
Classic
people who
people.
buy Skechers,
Classic.
like classic people. They don't care about sneakers, but you have to buy a pair for whatever. You got to mow the lawn, and you can't do it in hard bottoms because you might fall down.
So across the board, Skechers gets no credit for any dad shoe shit,
2
right?
thumbs down.
Agree.
Russ, again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time here at Complex. Thank you for your time at Slam Kicks.
On to the next.
On to the next one. Best of luck to you, man.
Thank you.
I'm Rich Mays Lopez.
I'm Brendan Dunn.
I'm Matt Welty from Complex Sneakers.
That's Russ Bengtson. Till next time, y'all. Peace.
Later.